let's look at the Shuri-te Footwork series. So, same thing. Part of what we're doing with this is not just the muscle memory of the movements itself. We want to feel how we move within time and space. We want to feel where our balance is, where we feel stable, where we know we're in transition. But we also know when we're going to get back to being a very stable position. So at all times, we want to have posture, balance, intent, focus, and move within this footwork drill. So all of this is really designed to help build this into you. The deeper you take it, then the more of an impression it will have on you, the greater you'll get from it. With all of this, you can also focus on your breath. I'm breathing in during transitions. As I settle, I'm breathing out. As we go through this, and there's a few variations that come with this as well. But let's just kind of look at, once again, we kind of start in this very neutral position. I can start, once again, hands over dantian. This is a centering, it's a gathering. I want to breathe in through my diaphragm. Nice deep breaths. I tend to focus on dantian and heart. So as I begin to move, I'm feeling both of these. Dantian down here has also been termed our second brain, but it's also the seat of chi. Hara in Japanese, it's our seat of original chi. There's a lot of different names to go for. One of the things that it does is when I focus on this dantian, my strength increases. And I'm able to increase my level of strength. When I focus on heart, then it's more centered within spirit. Same thing on the third eye. But as we go through, we'll discuss more about Qigong in a second. But for my stance series, as I begin to open up, I want to sink. Now, in order to move my feet, I have to bend my knees a bit, sink into my heels, and I'm going to open up into a V stance. And I settle back down. You don't rush through this. There's a tendency, and as we get into the flow, we've done this a good number of times, we just kind of tend to work our way out to this. But the benefits, you also can drive on each and every part. Feel, what does it take? I sink. Not just rocking back on my heels, I'm sinking into the earth. Imagine I'm sensing my energy down into the earth of my root. Now when I do that, I'm going to open up. So now my feet are in a V position. As I move forward with this, I'm going to sink my weight into the balls of my feet, and I'm going to rotate my heels. So now I'm standing regular, right about shoulder length apart. Okay? From here, we're going to move. Now, this first section has two different variations to it. One is I turn on the heel of my foot, and I center. This is still now pointing forward straight ahead. This foot is pointing out right now to my right, and I set. And when I set, I'm not looking at overextending, sitting back. When I turn, I sink. I want to feel the weight shifts. I want to feel my body settle. I want to feel my balance. I want to feel that it's a solid root. I can stand here, same as we did with the other set. I can use some of this, and I can just stand here, and I project my energy into the earth, my awareness into the earth, so that I'm building root, so that it feels like my legs are actually extending into the earth. Obviously they're not, but my awareness is taking me down there, and allows me to move with this grounding and a sense of being connected. The other section is I move from the ball of my foot. So now I'm more in this cat stance. Down, same thing. Next move is a crescent. So I sink, bend my knees, I sink for stability, support, and sinking my root into the ground. I gather my energy. Now I'm going to trace with my toe and the ball of my foot. sets before I move. Now I shift from my center, not just pushing. I move as if I'm being drawn in. I can change the level of my foot so that, or my heel, so now my feet are straight ahead. As I move, push forward, now I'm set. Same thing as I did before. Now, most of my weight right now is on this post leg. As I sit this down, I shift. I'm going to change my heel to orientate, so now I'm going forward. This allows me to gather my energy up and explode, pushing off of the big toe, the base of the big toe, as I'm coming through again. If, when I turn, and I just do come here, and I leave this foot out, this doesn't give me enough push this way, I get more force, as we're going to find out in the next series. But for right now, I'm looking at where does this balance come from? How do I move? So, we've shifted. Shift. I sink, crescent, move forward, shift, gather, move forward, shift, gather, move forward, shift. Always being pulled. Your intent is what pulls you forward, allows you from your hara, from dantian. Now I shift back. Same thing. I'm going to coil my body. I'm going to step back. Now I step back still where we were. I'm going to gather my energy. This foot's going to move forward, and I'm going to come back again. Now where I began. Next piece, I fire off. So I sink into this foot, and I'm rolling to the ball, and actually to the base of my big toe as I do the step and slide. So I'm firing off from this foot. So I'm not stepping and bringing this with me. I'm firing this off so that my whole body moves at one point, at one position. Now, as I come back, same thing. Now I go to the other side. I sink. I like bringing the knees in, protect my groin. As I push back, same thing. Now, this next one, I'm going to kick my heel out. I have a little bit of a slide that comes through, getting myself out of the way. I'm going to open my toe, come back to my original stance, repeat the other side. Open, come through. Now you notice when I do that, my head turns and my heel turns. So the body goes where the head goes. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to kind of shuffle back a little bit. As I come through, I turn, bend my knees. Now this next piece is a combination. So I'm going to sink. As it comes through, I'm going to step. No, we're not. So as this one comes through, now we just did the heel out to the side. This can be anywhere from 45 to a 90. I tend to practice at the 90 just so that I get a full rotation in. In practice, I may only need a 45, but I've trained my mind to go back to the full 90. Now in this one, it's a little bit different because I'm going to come up at this angle. So now, the same direction I did the step and slide, I'm now going to turn my knee, or turn my heel, and go the other way. So let's start that over. We're going to edit this part out. Right. So this next piece that comes in, when I run this next piece, so when I do this next piece, now I'm going to stand, whereas we kicked the heel out, and we either went 45 or we went into the 90. Now I'm going to kick out, and I'm going to go up to where we just did our step and slide. So along this the left quadrant of my body here. So when I come through, I've got to sink. And remember, I'm coiling, I'm turning. And as I coil and turn, and I look back behind me, this heel comes back. So now I'm facing to the rear. I toe out, I toe in to hook, and then I let this spin to come out again. So what this looks like is I want to keep it as tight as I can. So when I come in, as it turns, remember I'm turning. Head, shoulders, waist, kick the heel out. As I turn, toe out, toe in as tight as you can. I'm not coming out a dance big here. I'm coming tight. If you don't, or you're not comfortable with this level, hook into here, work up to it. But then remember, I'm still coiling, so this still comes out. Toe out, come back to center. I do the other side. And then I come in. Next section. Now, Shuri-te version is just kind of turn, 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 turn. For my Kuntao and Silat, I give a little more emphasis. So as I'm turning, remember, knees bent, coiling my body, using all of my body to put into this strike. And I'm here. Followed by turn the hips. Once again, turn. Now, we have crossover, in front, cross behind, cross behind. Replacement step, replacement step. Turn, drop, L step. Come back to center, turn, drop, L step. Back to center. Last piece. Half a step up. This foot comes forward. Back foot comes in at a reverse cat. Then I step out. Reverse cat. So that last piece took me a little bit until I visualized what was the footwork used for. And if I have a punch coming in and I'm just doing my block and parry and strike, guess what puts me here? So, for me, what made this click is when I imagine this punch coming in, there's a parry, parry, strike. 1, 2, 3. Same thing, 1, 2, 3. That puts me where this heel is ready to pop with a knee that's hard to see. So, to run through the whole thing, that is our stance, our footwork series.